Marisa, you're doing very well with your latest book about getting pregnant and
Yeah,
succeeding,
yeah.
and I'm very interested. Tell us about that. How does it work?
Well, I was told I could never have children under any circumstances, which was incredibly depressing. But my only saving grace is I refused to even let those words in. And then, of course, I did get pregnant. And then I was told that my baby would die or she'd be born ill, and she was perfect. And then I realised then how important it is not to listen to that stuff. But it's the same thing. If your mind's number one job is to move you away from pain, and you go through life saying for the first 15 years of your fertility, oh, don't, use a condom, I don't want to have a baby, or for God's sake, be careful, I can't have a baby right now, or we can't afford a baby, the house isn't big enough, I'm not going to get promoted if I have a baby. If ever you have a pregnancy scare in your teens, go, please God, don't let me be pregnant by the end of my life, then of course your mind is looking for that. And when you use birth control, you say every month for 15, even 20 years, I don't want a baby. And then people wonder why they have what's called unexplained infertility, which means there's nothing wrong with you physically, but there's something unexplained that's causing you not to conceive. And that's the belief that you don't want a baby. Once your mind believes pregnancy is best avoided, it can switch off your fertility completely. And once you get the mind to believe, no, that was then, this is now, I want a baby, I'm ready for a baby, you can actually switch on fertility. So animals don't have infertility because they never get to delay or put off having a baby. Tribes don't have infertility. You couldn't go to Ghana and see 1 in every 4 women not having a baby, but in the West, 1 in every 3 to 4 couples can't conceive. 40% of that is male, but there's a lot of things you can do for male infertility too. So what I do is boost fertility mentally, physically. There's a lot of things involved. But the mental side is the most important. Even with IVF, when people go for IVF, they say, well, we have a 20% success rate. And what women hear is, you have an 80% failure rate, and I'm going to be one of those 80%. Statistically, of course I am. But actually with IVF, the 20% success rate is only at implantation stage, because if you collect eggs and fertilize eggs, that's a 100% success rate. So when my clients go for IVF, I give them a recording to listen to that communicates with the intelligence of the embryo and tells it to implant. And people forget that, the cells in your body are so smart, they actually know what to do. Every organ in your body will respond to your thinking. We know that because when you think of eating, you make digestive enzymes. When men think of sex, they get very physical reaction in their body because your body responds to the thoughts you think. That's why if you watch a film about pain or mutilation, you kind of recoil because you react to it. So because every thought you think has a physical reaction in the body, the more you think about ovulating the most amazing egg, having it fertilized, rehearsing with it moving down the fallopian tube and implanting, you're actually massively boosting your chances of getting pregnant. Naturally, but also with IVF too.